Have you ever had a feeling that you just can't shake? A sense of loss for something you can't even name? Well, we're going to dive into a story that explores exactly that, asking what happens when the past isn't really past. This is The Mercy of the Olive Tree.
So it all starts with a dream, and it's a recurring one, coming back night after night in these little broken pieces. And the first piece is always the same: a stone house. Then, standing right next to it, you see this single ancient olive tree. Its branches are all twisted, the trunk is scarred, and it's just standing there against this deep, burning red sky.
And then comes the part that really haunts you. It's the sound of a voice. It's her own voice, you realize, and it's just breaking, calling out for someone she feels like she couldn't save.
Every time she wakes up, the feeling from that dream just hangs in the air, leaving her with this one heavy question: what on earth do you do when a memory has lost its face?
The woman from the dream, her name is Lina, and that feeling of loss, it's not just in her sleep. She's carried this nameless sorrow with her since she was a little girl. It's like this weight on her chest, a sense that something was stolen from her a long time ago.
Her life is pretty normal, day in and day out. Until one day, it isn't. She's in a crowded market, just running errands, and she bumps into a total stranger. And in that 1 second, the whole world just goes silent.
And it's not a logical thing. It's not her brain saying, "Oh, I know this person." It's something much deeper, an old, familiar knowing that she feels in her bones, a feeling that they've met before, somewhere way beyond this lifetime.
So, of course, that very night, the dream is back, more vivid than ever. But this time, something is different. This time, the dream is giving her a clue.
For the very first time, the name she's crying out is crystal clear: Yusuf. Now, she doesn't know anyone named Yusuf. It has zero connection to her life. And yet, just whispering it feels like cracking something open deep inside of her. Okay, so this is where the story just gets unbelievable. She meets that stranger from the market again. His name is Samir, and he tells her that he has the exact same dream. The stone house, the olive tree, all of it. The only difference, it's the point of view. In her dream, she hears herself calling Yusuf. In his, he hears some unknown woman's voice calling that same name. How do you even process that? There's no logical answer. So Lina turns to the one person she thinks might understand something beyond logic: her grandmother. Her grandmother listens to the whole impossible story, nods, and then she says something that just changes everything. She tells Lina, there are memories the mind does not keep, but the soul does. She explains that in a place with so much history, so much loss, pain doesn't just disappear, it sinks into the earth, into families, into souls. And sometimes, she says, souls find each other again, not to repeat the pain, but to finally close the wound. So, with this new perspective, Lina and Samir know exactly what they have to do. They set out to find the real, physical place from their dream, to find the source of this memory their souls have been carrying. And as they start walking out into these sun-baked hills, the strangest thing happens. It doesn't feel like they're searching for something new at all. With every single step, it feels more and more like they're just coming home. And then they find it. A ruined stone wall, the ancient olive tree. It's real. And as soon as they stand there, this tidal wave of grief just washes over them both. Flashes of another life, another time, just burst through. And then the truth comes out. Words from 100 years ago just pour out of them. He, or rather Yusuf, had promised her he would come back, and he never did. And in that moment, all the sadness, all the confusion they've carried their whole lives, it all makes perfect, heartbreaking sense. But this reunion, it isn't about picking up a tragic love story where it left off. No, its purpose is something so much deeper, something that has been waiting lifetimes to finally be finished. And Lina has this incredible realization. What if the whole reason souls are drawn back to each other isn't always about love or comfort? What if sometimes it's for a much more difficult job? And that's their task: to stand in the exact spot where they were broken and choose a different ending, to forgive the past, to finish the story that pain cut short, and by doing that, to finally set both of their souls free. When Lina gets home, on the outside, absolutely nothing has changed. But on the inside, everything has. She gets it now.
She wasn't born to just carry someone else's suffering. She was born to remember, so she could be the one to break the chain.
So what do we take away from a story like this? Well, I think it's three really powerful things. That some connections we have are just way older than we think. That some griefs don't need to be fixed, they just need to be met with love. And that sometimes souls come back together for the incredibly hard but beautiful work of forgiveness.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. Whether you believe in past lives or not, it doesn't really matter. We all carry wounds, our own, and sometimes the wounds of those who came before us. So the real question the story leaves us with is this: in our own lives, what would it look like to finish what pain could not?